Relationships often begin with the spark of possibility, the allure of shared dreams, and the promise of companionship. They carry the weight of hope, often buoyed by a desire to build something lasting and meaningful. Yet, as time progresses, cracks can emerge beneath the surface. Small fissures that, at first, may seem like minor imperfections can grow into larger fault lines, threatening the foundation of the connection. Recognizing when to navigate these challenges together versus when it is time to let go is one of the most difficult yet transformative decisions a person can face. At the heart of this decision lies self-awareness. Too often, individuals are swept up in the inertia of a relationship, driven by fear of loneliness or the hope that things will change. They may tell themselves that what they're experiencing is normal, that every partnership goes through difficult phases, or that love means enduring even the most troubling of circumstances. These beliefs, while well-intentioned, can sometimes prevent clarity. Before diving into signs or actions to take, it is crucial to unpack this tendency toward staying, understanding why humans often cling to relationships that may no longer serve them. One reason is the profound power of nostalgia. Memories of happier times often take on an almost mythical quality, obscuring the present reality. It's not uncommon for individuals to replay moments of joy and connection, convincing themselves that those feelings can be rekindled if only they try harder or hold on a little longer. This mental loop can become a trap, creating a disconnect between past happiness and present dissatisfaction. Another force at play is societal expectation. Messages from media, culture, and even well-meaning friends often emphasize perseverance and compromise as hallmarks of a successful relationship. While there is truth in the value of effort and understanding, these messages can sometimes overshadow another essential truth, that walking away is not always a failure, but rather an act of self-preservation and growth. Recognizing this requires a willingness to challenge deeply held assumptions and prioritize personal well-being. Fear also looms large in these moments of reckoning. The fear of being alone, of starting over, or of facing judgment from others can weigh heavily. People may ask themselves, what if I never find someone else? What if this is as good as it gets? What if leaving means admitting I made a mistake? These fears, while natural, can cloud judgment and make the prospect of change seem insurmountable. Yet, they also hold the key to transformation, for confronting these fears head-on is often the first step toward freedom and clarity. As these internal struggles unfold, external dynamics within the relationship can complicate matters further. Perhaps there is a growing sense of emotional distance, a feeling that the connection, once vibrant and alive, has dulled over time. Conversations may feel surface-level or transactional, lacking the depth and intimacy that once defined them. Efforts to bridge the gap may be met with resistance, indifference, or even hostility, leaving one partner feeling unheard or undervalued. In some cases, more overt signs of incompatibility or dysfunction may emerge. Patterns of disrespect, manipulation, or control can erode trust and self-esteem. These behaviors, whether subtle or explicit, often indicate deeper issues within the relationship's dynamic. Addressing them requires courage, honesty, and, in some instances, the realization that change is unlikely without a willingness on both sides to actively work toward healing and growth. Still, the path forward is rarely linear. It is not always a matter of identifying a problem and immediately resolving it. Instead, it often involves a series of small realizations, moments of clarity that gradually illuminate the bigger picture. These moments might occur during an argument, in the quiet aftermath of a difficult conversation, or even in solitary reflection. They might take the form of a sudden insight, an awareness that something fundamental has shifted and cannot be undone. The process of disentangling oneself from a relationship is deeply personal, shaped by individual circumstances, values, and priorities. For some, the decision may come after months or years of inner turmoil, a gradual buildup of evidence that the relationship is no longer sustainable. For others, it may arise from a single defining incident, a breaking point that makes it impossible to ignore the reality of the situation. Whatever the journey, it is marked by a mixture of emotions: sadness for what is lost, fear of the unknown, and, in many cases, a sense of relief or liberation. Amid this complexity, one truth remains constant: the importance of honoring one's own needs and boundaries. Too often, people are conditioned to prioritize their partner's happiness or the relationship itself over their well-being. While compromise and empathy are vital in any partnership, they should never come at the expense of self-respect or emotional health. Recognizing this balance is a critical step in determining whether to stay or leave. As the narrative of a relationship unfolds, it becomes clear that endings are not inherently negative. They are part of the human experience, a natural counterpart to beginnings. Ending a relationship is not about assigning blame or labeling one person as right and the other as wrong. Instead, it is about acknowledging the reality of the situation and making choices that align with one's values and aspirations. It is about creating space for new possibilities, both for oneself and for the other person. This journey, though challenging, is ultimately one of empowerment. It is a process of reclaiming agency and redefining what it means to love and be loved. It is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to move forward with greater clarity and purpose. And while the road ahead may be uncertain, it is also filled with potential, a chance to build a life and relationships that truly reflect one's authentic self. As the emotional complexities of a relationship become clearer, individuals often find themselves at a crossroads. This turning point is not a sudden moment, but rather a culmination of subtle shifts and realizations. It begins with an awareness of unmet needs, a sense of disconnection, or the quiet erosion of trust and affection. These signs, though often easy to overlook in the chaos of daily life, gradually grow louder, demanding attention and introspection. One of the most significant indicators that a relationship may no longer be viable is the absence of reciprocity. Healthy partnerships thrive on balance, an exchange of support, effort, and understanding that strengthens the bond between two people. When this balance is disrupted, it can create a lopsided dynamic where one partner bears the weight of maintaining the relationship. This might manifest as unreciprocated emotional labor, an unequal division of responsibilities, or a consistent lack of effort to nurture the connection. Over time, this imbalance can breed resentment and exhaustion, leaving one partner feeling drained and unappreciated. Another red flag is the presence of persistent conflict without resolution. Disagreements are a natural part of any relationship, a reflection of two individuals navigating their differences. However, when conflicts become cyclical, repeating the same arguments without progress or compromise, it signals a deeper issue. These unresolved tensions can create an atmosphere of hostility, where even minor interactions are tinged with frustration or defensiveness. In such environments, the relationship begins to feel more like a battleground than a safe haven, undermining the sense of security and mutual respect essential for long-term happiness. Beyond overt conflict, subtler forms of disconnection can also erode the fabric of a relationship. Emotional intimacy, for example, is a cornerstone of meaningful connection. It involves the willingness to be vulnerable, to share one's fears, dreams, and insecurities without fear of judgment. When this intimacy fades, it often leaves a void, a sense of loneliness even in the presence of one's partner. This emotional distance can be especially painful because it contrasts sharply with the closeness that once defined the relationship. The absence of emotional intimacy is not always the result of neglect or malice. Sometimes, it simply reflects growing apart, a divergence in priorities or values that makes it difficult to maintain the same level of connection. Another factor that can strain a relationship is a lack of shared vision for the future. While love and attraction are powerful forces, they are not always enough to sustain a partnership in the face of conflicting goals or aspirations. For example, one partner may prioritize career ambitions while the other values family life. Or one may dream of a nomadic lifestyle while the other seeks stability and routine. These differences, though not inherently problematic, can create friction if left unaddressed. Over time, they can lead to feelings of frustration, compromise fatigue, or even bitterness as each partner struggles to reconcile their individual desires with the demands of the relationship. The role of external influences cannot be underestimated either. Family, friends, and societal expectations often play a significant role in shaping how individuals perceive their relationships. While these influences can provide valuable perspectives, they can also introduce pressure or confusion. A partner may feel compelled to stay in a relationship due to external approval or fear of disappointing others, rather than genuinely wanting to be there. Conversely, external negativity, such as criticism or interference from loved ones, can sow doubt and tension, complicating the decision-making process. In some cases, the decision to end a relationship is prompted by more tangible factors, such as breaches of trust. Infidelity, dishonesty, or other forms of betrayal can have a profound impact on a relationship, shaking its foundation and calling into question its future. While forgiveness and rebuilding trust are possible in some instances, they require mutual commitment and a willingness to address underlying issues. Without these efforts, the relationship may remain in a state of limbo, marked by lingering doubts and unresolved pain. Perhaps one of the most challenging aspects of this process is distinguishing between temporary challenges and fundamental incompatibilities. Relationships, like all aspects of life, are subject to ebb and flow. There will be moments of joy and moments of struggle, times when the connection feels effortless and times when it requires hard work. The key is to evaluate whether the difficulties are rooted in solvable issues or deeper misalignments that cannot be reconciled. This requires not only honest communication with one's partner but also deep self-reflection, a willingness to confront one's own needs, fears, and motivations. As individuals navigate these complexities, they often encounter a profound paradox: the coexistence of love and the need to let go. It is possible to care deeply for someone and still recognize that the relationship is no longer healthy or sustainable. This realization can be both liberating and heart-wrenching, a testament to the multifaceted nature of human emotions. Letting go of someone you love does not negate the value of the connection you shared. Rather, it reflects a commitment to prioritizing growth and well-being for both parties. This process is not without its challenges. The decision to end a relationship often brings with it a cascade of emotions: grief, guilt, relief, fear, and hope, to name a few. Each of these emotions serves a purpose, guiding individuals through the transition and helping them come to terms with the change. Grief, for instance, allows one to mourn the loss of what was, while hope provides the strength to envision a new beginning. Navigating these emotions requires patience and self-compassion, as well as a willingness to seek support from trusted friends, family, or professionals. It is also important to recognize that endings are not always clear-cut. In some cases, a breakup may be followed by a period of uncertainty, where individuals oscillate between feelings of closure and lingering attachment. This back and forth is a natural part of the healing process, reflecting the complexity of untangling oneself from a deeply intertwined connection. With time, however, clarity emerges, allowing individuals to fully embrace the next chapter of their lives. The journey toward this clarity is deeply personal, shaped by the unique dynamics of each relationship and the individual growth of those involved. It is a journey of self-discovery, resilience, and transformation, an opportunity to learn from the past and move forward with a greater sense of purpose and authenticity. As clarity begins to take root, individuals often find themselves confronting an unsettling yet liberating realization. The person they once envisioned as a life partner may no longer hold that place. This moment of reckoning can be both empowering and disorienting, as it forces a reassessment of not only the relationship but also one's identity and future. The process of disentangling from a partnership, whether gradual or abrupt, is rarely straightforward. It requires navigating a labyrinth of emotions, practical considerations, and the echoes of shared history. One of the first steps in this process is recognizing and validating one's own feelings. Too often, individuals dismiss or minimize their emotions, telling themselves that their dissatisfaction is unwarranted or that they are being unreasonable. This internal dialogue can be influenced by societal messages that equate commitment with endurance, regardless of personal cost. However, denying one's feelings only delays the inevitable, creating a sense of internal conflict that can manifest as stress, anxiety, or even physical symptoms. Acknowledging these emotions, without judgment, is a crucial step toward healing and growth. Equally important is the act of communicating these feelings to one's partner. While this conversation is often fraught with difficulty, it is an essential part of the process. Transparency and honesty, even when painful, provide a foundation for mutual understanding and closure. It is an opportunity to express not only what is no longer working but also the gratitude and respect that may still exist for what the relationship once was. These conversations, though challenging, can be transformative, offering both parties a chance to reflect and, ultimately, to move forward with greater clarity. In some instances, this dialogue may reveal an unexpected willingness on both sides to address the underlying issues. It is not uncommon for couples to reach a breaking point only to realize that they are both committed to making meaningful changes. This path, while demanding, can lead to a renewed sense of connection and purpose within the relationship. However, it requires more than just good intentions. It demands consistent effort, vulnerability, and a shared vision for the future. Without these elements, attempts at reconciliation are likely to falter, leading to further frustration and disappointment. For those who determine that separation is the best course of action, the next challenge lies in navigating the practical and emotional aftermath. Ending a relationship often involves more than just a conversation. It requires disentangling lives that have become deeply intertwined. This might include dividing shared assets, renegotiating living arrangements, or establishing new routines. These logistical considerations, though seemingly mundane, can be a source of significant stress, as they force individuals to confront the tangible realities of their decision. Emotional disentanglement, however, is often the more complex and enduring aspect of a breakup. The bonds formed within a relationship are not easily severed, particularly when they are rooted in love, shared experiences, or a deep sense of familiarity. Even when a relationship has become unsustainable, it is natural to feel a sense of loss for what was and what could have been. This grief, though painful, is a necessary part of the healing process. It allows individuals to process their emotions, reflect on their experiences, and ultimately to find closure. During this period of transition, it is common to experience moments of doubt or second-guessing. Memories of happier times may resurface, accompanied by the question, "Did I make the right choice?" These feelings are not a reflection of failure, but rather an indication of the depth of the connection that once existed. Allowing oneself to feel these emotions without becoming consumed by them is an important step toward moving forward. One of the most challenging aspects of healing is resisting the temptation to seek immediate comfort or distraction. In the aftermath of a breakup, there may be a desire to fill the void with new relationships, excessive busyness, or other forms of escapism. While these coping mechanisms can provide temporary relief, they often delay the deeper work of self-reflection and healing. True recovery comes not from avoiding pain but from confronting it with courage and self-compassion. As time passes, the initial intensity of these emotions begins to fade, replaced by a growing sense of acceptance and resilience. This period of reflection offers a valuable opportunity for growth, allowing individuals to reevaluate their values, priorities, and aspirations. It is a chance to rediscover one's identity outside the context of the relationship, to explore new interests, and to build a life that aligns with one's authentic self. For some, this journey of self-discovery may involve seeking support from others, whether through friends, family, or professional counseling. Sharing one's experiences and feelings can provide a sense of connection and perspective, reminding individuals that they are not alone in their struggles. At the same time, it is important to be selective about whose advice or input to consider, as well-meaning but misguided suggestions can sometimes complicate the healing process. Throughout this journey, there is an overarching theme of transformation, a movement from pain and uncertainty to clarity and empowerment. This transformation is not about erasing the past or forgetting the lessons of the relationship, but rather about integrating these experiences into a new and more fulfilling chapter of life. It is a process of letting go with grace, embracing the unknown with courage, and building a future grounded in self-awareness and purpose. The road to this new beginning is rarely easy, but it is one of profound significance. It is a testament to the human capacity for resilience and renewal, a reminder that even in the face of loss, there is always the possibility for growth and connection. Each step along this path, no matter how small, represents a movement toward wholeness, a reclaiming of one's story and a reaffirmation of one's worth. As individuals emerge from this process, they carry with them not only the lessons of their past relationships, but also a renewed sense of hope and possibility. They are reminded that love, in its truest form, begins with self-love, a deep and abiding respect for one's own needs, values, and dreams. From this foundation, it becomes possible to build relationships that are not only fulfilling, but also a reflection of one's highest aspirations. As the process of healing unfolds, individuals often find themselves reflecting on the lessons their relationship has imparted. Every partnership, no matter how it ends, leaves a lasting imprint, a unique blend of memories, insights, and experiences that shape the way one approaches future connections. This reflection is not just about identifying what went wrong, but also about appreciating the moments of joy, growth, and connection that were shared. One of the most profound realizations that often emerges during this time is the importance of boundaries. In relationships, boundaries serve as a framework for mutual respect and understanding. They define the limits of what is acceptable, ensuring that both partners feel safe, valued, and heard. When boundaries are unclear or consistently violated, it can lead to a breakdown of trust and a sense of imbalance. Through the lens of hindsight, individuals can gain a clearer understanding of where their boundaries were compromised and how they can be better articulated in the future. Another key takeaway from this period of introspection is the value of communication. Many relationships falter not because of a lack of love, but because of an inability to effectively express needs, concerns, or emotions. Communication is the lifeblood of any partnership, fostering intimacy, resolving conflicts, and building a shared vision for the future. Reflecting on past experiences can highlight areas where communication broke down, offering valuable insights into how to approach these challenges differently moving forward. In addition to these relational lessons, the process of moving on often prompts a deeper exploration of personal values and priorities. What truly matters in a partner? What qualities are essential for a fulfilling relationship? These questions, though simple on the surface, can lead to profound self-discovery. They encourage individuals to identify not only what they seek in others, but also what they bring to a relationship. This self-awareness is a powerful tool, providing clarity and confidence in future connections. As individuals integrate these lessons, they begin to shift their focus from the past to the future. This transition is marked by a renewed sense of agency, a recognition that, while the past cannot be changed, the future is a blank canvas waiting to be filled with possibility. This perspective shift is empowering, transforming feelings of loss into a sense of opportunity and growth. For many, this newfound sense of possibility is accompanied by a reevaluation of what love truly means. Love, as they come to understand, is not just about passion or compatibility. It is about partnership, mutual support, and a shared commitment to growth. It is about finding someone who not only accepts one's flaws but also inspires one to become the best version of oneself. This deeper understanding of love sets the stage for more meaningful and enduring relationships in the future. Of course, the journey toward this new chapter is not always linear. There may be moments of doubt, setbacks, or lingering attachment to the past. These moments are a natural part of the healing process, a reflection of the complexity of human emotions. The key is to approach them with patience and compassion, allowing oneself the time and space to fully process and integrate these experiences. As individuals journey through the complex emotions and lessons of ending a significant relationship, they ultimately find themselves at a pivotal crossroads. The choice to carry the weight of the past or to step forward into a future filled with possibility. This moment, though daunting, is also profoundly liberating. It is an opportunity to shed the layers of pain and doubt, and to embrace a renewed sense of self and purpose. The act of moving forward is not about forgetting or erasing the past. Rather, it is about integrating those experiences into a larger narrative of growth and resilience. Each relationship, regardless of its outcome, is a chapter in the story of one's life, a testament to the courage it takes to love, to hope, and to risk vulnerability. By honoring these experiences, individuals can transform their pain into wisdom, their losses into lessons, and their endings into beginnings. One of the most powerful realizations that emerges from this process is the understanding that fulfillment does not depend on another person. While relationships can bring immense joy and connection, they are not the sole source of one's happiness or self-worth. True fulfillment comes from within, from cultivating a life that aligns with one's values, passions, and dreams. This self-sufficiency is not a rejection of love but rather a celebration of its highest form. A love that begins with the self and radiates outward. As individuals step into this new chapter, they carry with them the knowledge that they are capable of creating a life that is rich and meaningful, regardless of their relationship status. They are reminded that endings, while painful, are also beginnings. A chance to start anew with greater clarity and purpose. This perspective offers a sense of hope and empowerment, a reminder that life's greatest rewards often come on the other side of its greatest challenges. The journey to this place of acceptance and renewal is not one that can be rushed or forced. It requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to embrace the uncertainties of the future. But as individuals take each step forward, they discover a resilience they may not have known they possessed. A strength that allows them to face whatever lies ahead with courage and grace. In the end, the decision to let go of a relationship that no longer serves one's growth is an act of profound self-respect. It is a declaration that one's happiness and well-being are worth fighting for, even in the face of pain and uncertainty. This choice, while difficult, is also transformative, paving the way for a future that is not just about surviving but thriving. As the story of this relationship draws to a close, a new narrative begins. One filled with possibility, growth, and the promise of deeper and more fulfilling connections. It is a reminder that life, with all its twists and turns, is a journey of discovery and transformation, where every ending is but a doorway to a new beginning.